Hey everybody, my name is Ken Hoin and I will be your student's teacher for the Cold War science class that they are currently taking. This is a senior only class. I've been teaching this class for 6 years. Most of the students that I have had always come back and tell me this was one of their favorite classes in high school. Um, as seniors, and especially as second semester seniors, I take this class very seriously because as many of them will move on to college, I want them to go to college with stronger skills in reading and writing especially, which is the two elements that I reinforce continually throughout this class. In terms of the content of the class itself, if you're at all interested, what we do is do a quick overview of the Cold War history, and then we dig a little bit deeper into the scientific and technological elements of the Cold War, including how uranium is turned into a nuclear bomb. We'll get into the Manhattan Project, which was the first atomic bomb project for the US government. We also get into the military-industrial complex, which is a complicated issue, but a very important one for American citizens to understand. We get into the space race, we get into submarines and satellites, and then the last thing that the students will be working on is a final project. This will take about 5 weeks, the last 5 weeks of the class. It is a major project with major points. If they screw it up, it could really, really come back to haunt their final grade. This is just a quick little overview of sort of how I teach this class and many of my classes. I only spend about the first 15 to 20 minutes of every class doing lectures and then set aside the remaining time in class for students to do their work in class. We watch a lot of YouTube videos that relate to the class. We will spend a lot of time reading articles that I have found. We read one graphic novel book, which they're doing right now. And then I get into more hardcore writing instruction for one major paper that they will do in this class, and that comes about halfway. It comes about in early November. And I also have some guest lectures. In terms of student direction stuff, we do some presentations. They do a lot of writing, they do a lot of reading, and as I said, that final project is absolutely key. Here is my general philosophy about teaching, which applies to all of my classes. If your children come to class every day, whether they're online or where they come into class, and they're prepared to work hard every day, they're going to find success. Doing all of their work to the best of their ability on time inevitably will mean success will follow for them. Participation. I want to talk about participation really fast because now that we are living under this hybrid model of in-class, out-of-class, and distance learning, it's all the more difficult for young teenagers, I have found, to participate, especially if they're logged in from home. I think I'm speaking for not just myself, but many other teachers, that when a student demonstrates that they are prepared to stay engaged and participate with discussions and ask questions and answer questions, that's going to go a long way to build benefit of the doubt. So if they're hanging on a B or an A, and the math says that they deserve a B, but I know that they participated, I'm going to give them the A. But it also works vice versa. If they're just going to remain silent and they are not going to participate and they're hanging on a C or a B, and the math says a C, I'm going to give them the C. So encourage your kids to stay engaged and participate, ask questions, answer questions. And then lastly, which I think is all the more important under our hybrid model, is staying connected with your teacher. This comes by way of email and chat. If a student is having a bad day or a bad week and is late on an assignment, all you have to do is have that student contact me to let me know. Don't tell me the day of. I want to be told beforehand, and I want students to advocate for themselves, all right? And I will always give them the benefit of the doubt if they do that. And here's my last general point that I wanted to make now that we're living in this distance learning model is that I really need you, the parents, to stay on top of your children even more than you have in the past. It's too easy for young adults to lose focus and concentration when so much of their education is being done from home and not in class. So stay engaged with them. Ask them what they're learning. Ask them about homework. Oh, by the way, I'm not big on homework. The only homework that most of my students will ever be given is work that we weren't able to finish in class. and I'll say, take this home and work on it. But other than that, I'm not a big homework person. But again, stay on top of your kids. It will pay off. Trust me on that one. All right, thank you for joining me. And again, if there are any questions that you have, do not hesitate to contact me by way of my email address at khoen@bridgeportedu.net. Thank you.